You know that moment when someone just won't stop talking, even when they're clearly digging themselves into a deeper hole. Yeah, this is one of those cases. So today's story takes us inside a courtroom where things start off pretty normal, but don't stay that way for long. Sitting on the bench is Judge Simpson, someone known for being fair, patient, and not easily rattled. In other words, not the kind of judge you want to test. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happens. The man in front of him walks in with an attitude, loud, dismissive, and completely convinced he knows better than everyone in the room. From the very beginning, he's interrupting, talking over people, and acting like the rules don't apply to him. At first, Judge Simpson handles it the way experienced judges do, calm, measured, giving the guy a chance to settle down and cooperate. But he doesn't. Instead, he keeps pushing, talking back, ignoring instructions, acting like the courtroom is some kind of debate stage where he's in charge. And that's where things start to spiral. Because there's always a turning point in situations like this. That exact moment where patience runs out and consequences start kicking in. And when it finally happens here, it hits hard. What this guy thought was confidence quickly turns into a huge mistake. And by the time he realizes it, it's way too late to fix. Trust me, this one goes from frustrating to unbelievable real fast.
Begin.
Court calls the case of the people versus Shabab Jackson.
We're ready on that, Matter, Your Honor.
Laura Willenbring for the people.
Mr. Jackson, could you state your name for the record, please?
Shihab Jackson.
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for the probable cause conference. My client respectfully requested this matter be set for preliminary examination at the earliest possible date.
April 4th, 2023, 9 a.m. before me.
What happens before now and then with concerning bond?
You're out on bond now, Mr. Jackson. Is there some aspect that you want to have addressed?
Yeah, I have to. Well, it's Ramadan right now, and I have religious obligations as well as work obligations in general. And for some reason, it wasn't a drug case or have anything related with drugs. And I'm on what do you call it? The daily reporting thing. And I believe I may have. I think I missed mine yesterday. I don't mean to be in violation, but I'm just sort of struggling with that and confused as to why that is.
Your Honor,
If there's a way to lessen that, or like I don't see the reason for being on for drug testing.
Given then, out of nowhere, the judge has had enough. You can hear the shift in the room instantly. Up until this point, Judge Simpson had been holding it together, giving this guy chance after chance to straighten up. But this time, that patience is gone. He looks right at the defendant and basically tells him, in no uncertain terms, that his attitude is exactly the problem. The way he's been acting, disrespectful, dismissive, completely out of line, it's not doing him any favors. Then the judge brings it back to reality. He reminds him why he's even standing there in the first place. The only reason he's not sitting in a jail cell right now is because he was given bond. That's it. That's the deal. He got a chance to walk free while waiting for trial, but that freedom comes with conditions. And one of those conditions? Drug testing. The judge makes it crystal clear. This isn't optional, and it's not up for debate. If drug testing is part of the agreement, then you follow through. No excuses, no arguments. Because at the end of the day, it's simple. If you want to stay out of jail, you do what you agreed to do. And the way this guy has been acting, he's getting dangerously close to losing that privilege altogether. That's the moment everything really starts to turn, and it's not looking good for him.
Your Honor, having heard what Mr. Jackson has stated, we'd ask that the tether aspect or the drug testing aspect actually be reduced in this case or dismissed in this case. As he stated, there is no drug aspect to this case whatsoever, and this just serves as an added burden on him.
He's on intermediate supervision.
I'm not sure why.
It's set
Your
by
Honor,
the-
that was-
I'll handle it, Mr. Jackson. I got you.
As set by the magistrate back in the beginning of March. I'm disinclined to change that at this point. I guess I'm not sure why his testing, why Ramadan would interfere with his testing. I understand that he may have certain obligations, but I have other individuals who are engaged in the celebration of Ramadan who aren't having these issues.
Well, it's not
So-
celebratory, sir. I just fail to see the connection with the nature of my case and having to go out of my way and pay money that I really don't have and time that I don't have to drug test on this matter.
At this point, the judge leans forward and breaks it down in a way that's impossible to misunderstand. He explains that this, right here, is exactly what bond conditions are for. The guy didn't just end up in court by accident. He's facing criminal charges, and instead of keeping him locked up until trial, the court gave him a chance to stay out. But that freedom comes with strings attached. The judge spells it out. Those conditions are there to make sure he actually shows up for court and doesn't create more problems while he's out. And one of those conditions is regular drug testing. Now, the defendant clearly isn't happy about it. You can tell he sees it as a hassle, something inconvenient, something he shouldn't have to deal with. But the judge shuts that idea down immediately. It doesn't matter if it's inconvenient. It doesn't matter if he doesn't like it. This isn't a suggestion or something he can pick and choose. It's a requirement. And the message is clear. If he wants to keep enjoying the freedom he's been given, then he needs to start acting like it matters. Because right now, he's walking a very thin line, and it's getting thinner by the second.
Especially
That's not
considering that-
that's not a basis for me to change it. I thought that what he was indicating, because he had started out that it was Ramadan, and I thought that there was some interference with what he had to do, but I'm not changing it. I'm going to leave his bond as continued. We can see him on the 4th.
Thank you, Adam.
So is it not possible to amend the drug testing, Your Honor? I understand is it just a?
Okay, so hold on.
Yes,
hold
sir.
on. I think I already said that, and I wasn't going to say anything. I will make, Ms. Williamberry, I'll make all the changes that you want. I'm just going to tell you something, sir.
Yes, sir.
What I will do what I can for people. I am
Yes,
also
sir.
very of those that work around me. I got a message that you were very insulting to my clerks. So
To who?
you ought to be that I'm
Mr.
letting
Jackson,
you.
stop talking.
I can't hear. I'm just seeking clarity, sir.
Mr. Jackson, stop talking.
I'm not talking, sir.
So
That's what you just did.
see, it's that attitude that's the problem. So what I'm
Sir,
going
a
to do
young black
is I
man
will.
fighting for his
Jackson,
right
not
to
interrupt.
attitude. I'm
oh.
listening.
You need to be quiet.
I am.
And then it really boils over. The judge cuts him off, sharp, direct, no patience left. He makes it absolutely clear what be quiet means, and it's not up for interpretation. Not keep talking, not argue your point. Just stop talking. Completely. Because at this point, every word coming out of the defendant's mouth is making things worse. The judge warns him that if he keeps going, this isn't just going to stay a simple courtroom back and forth. It's heading straight into contempt of court territory. And that's where things get serious, fast. He explains that if the defendant is found in criminal contempt, that alone could violate his bond conditions. And if that happens, the bond can be revoked entirely. In other words, all that freedom he's been clinging to, gone. Just like that. It's a clear turning point. The moment where this stops being just an attitude problem and starts becoming a real legal disaster. And somehow, he still doesn't seem to realize how close he is to making things a whole lot worse.
Revoked.
Sir,
Mr. Jackson, let the judge talk.
I
And
understand. I'm not sure if there was a mute or something. I'm just making sure. I understand.
Okay, so you don't have to respond to everything that's said. You don't have to get the last word. That's not.
I'm not trying to. My life is on
Okay,
the line here.
all
That's all. That's all. I'm
Okay, you know what?
I-
You know
I
what?
respect
Put
the
some
system.
deputies at that door right now. Right down there at the door. Because he apparently just called security, get him down at that door. Because apparently he doesn't want to listen to his attorney. He doesn't want to listen to me.
Sir, I'm just seeking clarity on the matter. That is all I promise. I'm a black man in the system, just trying to fight for his freedom. That's all.
Okay, so am I. So
You're
don't
not
even
fighting
try
for your
it.
freedom,
Don't
sir.
even try it. Don't even try it.
Don't even try
Alan,
what,
get
sir?
down there.
Tyree
Get down
Nichols,
there.
sports
Get
black
down there,
officers
Alan.
beat black
Just
people.
get down
sir.
there. Take him in.
Now here's the thing. You really picked the wrong judge to try that move on. Judge Simpson has a reputation, and it's a solid one. He's known for being fair, patient, and respectful to everyone who walks into his courtroom. It doesn't matter who you are. If you show respect, you get respect. Simple as that. But trying to turn this into something it's not, try and play the race angle here, that's not going to land, because this judge doesn't play favorites, and he doesn't tolerate being manipulated either. And right as this is unfolding, things take another turn. The defendant isn't even standing in front of the judge anymore. He's down the hall, sitting in a separate room meant for Zoom court appearances. And somehow, even there, he's still acting out, loud, erratic, completely out of line. At that point, Judge Simpson has seen enough. He turns to the bailiff and gives a simple order. Go get him. No more warnings. No more back and forth. Because whatever window this guy had to calm down and cooperate, it just slammed shut. Honestly, the moment for him to walk out on his own terms passed about 10 seconds ago. And now, things are about to get a whole lot more serious.
Sir, I'm going to find you in contempt for interrupting the court.
I'm not
Mr. Brown, if you've got somebody down here,
Sure,
he
I'm
can
just
come in,
seeking-
he can see me in person. We'll wait for a prosecutor to get down here and I'll deal with this in person. I'm passing it right now, but right now he's being taken in because I'm not dealing with
What
him.
if I,
I'll
Sure.
pass this matter.
sir?
Mr. Jackson, if you will just maintain your.
Court does call the case of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jessica Lynn Kyle.
Yeah, Mr. Ganatra, first Assistant Prosecuting Attorney on behalf of the people.
Zachary Ward on behalf of Ms. Keel, Your Honor. Can we approach very briefly on this matter?
You really want to go into a room with me
Your
right
Honor,
now?
Your Honor,
Sure,
I don't
fine.
think.
Yeah,
Your
give
Honor,
us a bench conference.
Your Honor.
Put Mr. Ganatra and Mr. Ward into a room with me.
Now here's what really stands out. After all that tension, you can actually see Judge Simpson reset. One moment, he's firmly putting the defendant in his place, and the next, he's completely composed again, calm, professional, even a bit lighthearted as he moves on to the next cases. It's like nothing rattles him for long. But the story doesn't end there. Later on, the same defendant comes back up in the docket, and this time, something finally clicks. Instead of interrupting, arguing, and making everything worse, he does the one thing everyone watching has been practically begging him to do the entire time. He stays quiet. He lets his attorney speak. He stops trying to control the situation. And just like that, the entire tone of the hearing changes. Because for the first time, he's actually giving himself a chance. No chaos. No back and forth. Just his lawyer doing their job the way it's supposed to happen. And honestly, that simple shift might be the smartest thing he's done all day.
Attorneys. Now for this next part, the defendant returns to the courtroom later on in the docket and does exactly what all of you have been screaming at your monitors for him to do and shuts up long enough for his attorney to defend him.
Court recalls the case of the people versus Shahab Jackson.
Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender, representing Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson, would you state your name for the record, please?
All right, we're here. I set this already for preliminary examination, and it didn't seem to me, quite honestly, that the defendant was being cooperative with anything, and I didn't know what his problem was. And so I was considering revoking his bond and having him sit. But I would like to give him an opportunity or have counsel explain to me what's going on with this young man, because the behavior was unacceptable.
Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Jackson, and I want to start with that. We did talk about, and I was able to explain to him what contempt is considered in court. We went over that the definition is a willful act, omission, or statement that tends to impair the authority or impede the functioning of the court. In the course of our conversation, I learned that in 2015, so approximately 7 years ago, during Ramadan, Mr. Jackson was incarcerated and his grandmother died, and he was unable to get a pass, go to the services, spend any last few days with her. And so this time frame specifically is very triggering, but definitely with him being involved in court again. He has indicated that he would allow me to do the talking today to demonstrate just what he's doing right now. And so with that, we are asking that Your Honor give him another opportunity to come into court on his own.
I
So now
don't
it
know.
comes down to this. After everything that just happened, the attitude, the interruptions, the warnings, does this guy actually deserve another chance? I mean, you just saw the shift. The moment he finally stopped talking and let his attorney handle things, everything changed. The chaos settled down, and for once, it looked like there might be a path forward. But is that enough? That's the real question. I'm curious what you think. Does he get another shot after all that? Or has he already burned too many chances? Let me know down in the comments. And now, let's hear what Judge Simpson has to say.
Well, and I'm going to tell you from my standpoint, he kept trying to overtalk me, and that ultimately, and you can tell him, Ms. Gaines, anybody that's been before me, that will never happen. And then, but what was so bad is the person that's trying to help you, Mr. Brown, is trying to get you to be quiet, and you kept talking. And I don't know where you thought you were going to get to, but I can tell you right now, you do that in my court, this is where it leads. I can't tell you necessarily that you're going to listen to your attorney, but you're certainly not going to sit up there and interrupt them. And I'll tell you, I've been doing this for a long time. And when I see somebody that's not listening to their attorney, especially somebody that's esteemed as Mr. Brown, and others telling you what to do, that's a person that's not going to listen to anything. I have to almost believe they're not going to listen to anything I'm telling them to do. Those are the people that end up getting themselves incarcerated. I'm then also very disturbed that you've got defense counsel, and then you're down at the prosecutor's office. I don't even know why you're down there. Well, you're trying to give them something or whatever, and you're trying to give them something, haven't told your attorneys that what you're doing. That doesn't even make any sense. It's almost like you want to get locked up. I will be honest with you, sir. I looked at the charges and see your previous record. I get what may have happened to you in 2015. I see the timing of it when I'm looking at your record, but then I see what you did afterwards. Whatever your thoughts are, you just got to do better. There is no reason coming in here today that this should even be occurring. Tell you what, I'm going to trust Ms. Gaines. Ms. Gaines tells me that I should give you another chance. And Mr. Brown told me the same thing, that I should give you another chance. These are these people you won't listen to, by the way. But if they tell me to give you another chance, I'll give you another chance. But I'm going to let you know, you don't have any other opportunity with me to mess up. You mess up, I'm sending you. Am I understood?
That a yes?
I'm also going to add so I will continue his bond. He can be released to custody. I have the amended complaint. I am going to also add as a condition of his bond to be entered into lien that you are not to go within 500 feet, except if you're going to, well, that's outside of the 500 feet of the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office in downtown Ann Arbor. You understand that?
He's indicated yes, sir.
Pardon?
He's indicated yes, sir.
All right, very good. So we're adding that to lien. So I want you to know what that means. If you're within 500 feet of their offices, police officers come on you, they can arrest you on that. So don't say you didn't understand because I explained it to you. Anything further?
No, thank you.
All right, his bond can continue. He can be released.
All
All
right,
right,
guys.
guys, that's the end of the video. In the end, it looks like Judge Simpson's more compassionate side comes through. And honestly, that's probably the right call in this situation. Even though this case has been a complete mess from start to finish, the judge still chooses to give him a bit of room to correct course. That said, I wouldn't be surprised if we see this guy again later for all the wrong reasons, possibly even dealing with criminal contempt down the line. But for now, that's where it ends. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Either way, let me know what you thought in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. See you in the next video.